all the way up to the top right hand corner now, the ellipsis symbol. And we need to use the settings, very important this, to control how this will behave. So the first choice, do we want anyone with the link to respond? Now if this is a public survey, then that might be appropriate. Otherwise, you might want to restrict it to only the people within the organisation. So that will operate on the basis of email addresses and so on, signifying whether they belong to this organisation. Very important too, whether this be anonymous or not. Record name will instruct forms to take the details of the respondents. So the email address and the name behind it will be recorded on the Excel spreadsheet that is collated automatically every time someone responds to our form, survey or questionnaire. Should we deny them the chance to repeat the form? And very importantly, should we accept responses at all? If we take the tick away from this box, a message will go to the recipients as soon as they try to respond, and it will tell them that we're not accepting responses. Now you can type your own message in there, so you might want to say something about a cut-off date having expired and so on, but usually you want the system to accept responses, so you can leave that ticked, and if you like, you can establish a from and to date, a period between which the system should accept responses. That might be a safer option, but it depends whether you do have an expiry date. So obviously, start date, end date can come into play in that way. Set the date and the time. I'll switch these off again. I will accept responses, and I'll say that only people in my organisation should be permitted to respond. In my case, I am going to elect to record the name. This is not an anonymous survey with this particular form. So, with those established, we can now use the share button to issue the link to the form. Now if you want the link and you want to use it manually to place in your own email or whatever, maybe to place on a website page, then you can copy the link very simply with the copy button there. You can get a link, you can get a QR code. That's one of those tiny little black and white boxes, so that they can find the code for the form using their camera on their phone. You can embed the form within a web page. So here we have the HTML code now, and you can simply email that to recipients. So that will open up your Outlook or whichever client you have. If one of your colleagues would like to use this as the basis of one of their own forms, then you can create a link to a duplicate copy, so you can share that as a template. And if you want to allow somebody in to the self-same form so that they may edit that, you can give them editing rights. And if it's a very long form especially, that might help with all the legwork. So in this case I am going to simply email one recipient and you'll see that the header is already established as please fill out this questionnaire, a one-liner. You might want to add to this to welcome them. Here's the link to the form. So the moment they click on the link, they are shown the form to complete.